Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm running late. Oh, goodness. So sorry about that. Mornings just aren't my thing. I realize for some of you, you've probably been up for a few hours already, but, yeah, I'm here anyway. So I'm waiting for you to get on. I can see Jamie is on. Good morning. Let me know when you're here. Oh, you're good already. You told me. Thanks, Jamie. I like having you here. Are you guys doing well? Since 5. Oh my goodness. I hadn't gone to bed yet. Good morning, Dina. I'm happy that you're here. So today I am planning on doing a technique. Actually, it turns out that I'm doing 2 techniques, but I'm excited to be here with you. So did everybody get my invitation and see my picture that I took of the Double Wonder free Facebook class that I'm going to be doing? Did you see what all that I'm using? And do you completely understand that you just grab what you have? Good morning, Diane. I'm glad that you're here. Does anybody have any questions about that at all? Because now is the time to ask questions for that class, not that day. I mean, as far as like what you need to bring or whatever. If you have any kind of questions as far as what you need to bring, what you need on hand, I got it. Need to go over it again. Okay, cool. If you have any questions about what you need to have on hand, it's pretty self-explanatory as far as what you need. You just need to decide what works for you. It's totally up to you what of your stuff that you want to use. Your stuff just kind of all needs to coordinate. So if you're using a punch that is really tiny, then obviously your words that you're choosing need to be really tiny. Something that I'm not sure I was clear on, but it's not something that we have to deal with it in the class. But like obviously if you're having really dark cardstock, like a couple of my choices are pretty dark. I have Blackberry Bliss for one of them. And you can't see when you write inside, so that's something that I'm going to have to put an insert inside for any type of writing when I send the card. So that's just something to keep in mind. So the 7 pieces of cardstock, they don't include that insert. You might need scraps. I feel like it kind of depends on how big your punch is, how it fits on this one piece that we're going to be having. You might need white scraps, but for the most part, that's all you're going to need. And I'm just excited. It's going to be a fun class. So, good morning, Marcia. I see you're here. Diane, I see you got your invitation and saw what's going on. So, like I said, if you have any questions about what you're bringing, ask me now, not then. That day when we get started on the class, it's not going to be a time with, do you think this is a good choice? Too late. Okay, so I'm going to start with doing my drawing first. I even have my computer up already. I have all my names loaded in my randomizer. Good morning, Penny. And I'm going to start my randomizer already. So I'm starting, it's spinning, it's throwing names at me. Oh, and Dot won. Yay! Dot is my first winner for, let's see, what cards were they? I don't even remember. They're hiding. So Dot is my first winner. Congratulations, Dot. And I'm going to pick another name. Thanks for sharing already, girls. I appreciate that. I just hit start and we're going again. And drawing my second name, which is Diane Field. Yay! You're my second winner. Yeah, I guess Dot just had to say, I never win. She told me later, I don't know if you saw her comment, she told me later that she said I won in the beginning, And like, okay, well, you said you never win. So she did. Okay, so I need to write these down because by the time I'm done with my video, I'm thinking back like, now who won again? So I'm going to write this down so I have it written somewhere. So Dot won and Diane Field won. Yay. Otherwise, I have to go back and find it. Morning, Debbie. Thank you for sharing already. Okay, so today, first of all, before I get started, if you have a technique or a stamp set or a certain product or whatever that you would like to see me show, let me know. Daisy card, was that the ones? Maybe? I don't feel like that was the one that I just did. Oh, no. Label Me Bold. Those are the ones that I did. So first one was Highland Heather Butterflies, and the other one was the Bright Bold with the frames. So yeah. Okay, so if there's something specific that, good morning, Linda, I'm glad you're here. If there's something I still can't talk right. I said last night when I was on our crafting night, I bit my tongue, and like when I talk, I'm trying to avoid it, I guess, while I'm talking, so I feel like I can't talk normal. So if suddenly I'm sounding really dumb, that's why my tongue hurts. If you'd like to see something specific, let me know. Morning, Pedro. How are you? Let me know what you want to see. I had a technique come to mind that I want to show when I was working on my techniques last night. Now I don't remember what it was. I'm going to have to write it down. But anyway, so if you want to see something, tell me. But today what I'm showing you is the masking technique. I'm actually going to show masking. I know, I couldn't think of it either, Diane. Today I'm showing masking and I'm showing reverse masking. So that's kind of, it's a different spin on it. So I'm going to be showing that today. And I'll show you what stamp sets that I'm using when I put you down. Today is the deadline for RSVPing for my online classes, and placing your order for the class. I'm going to be ordering tonight and maybe this afternoon. So I need to have your order in before then. Hi, Marcia. It's good to have you here. So I have 2 Marcias on right now, I think. So if you're doing my online class, you have to get it in today because I'm placing my order today, and for your order to count for, like if you want the reduced shipping part on one of them or whatever, you need to order today because it needs to count on the host code that I sent you, and it will be closed once I place my order. So place your order earlier than later today, or RSVP and make your payment for your class earlier than later. I have links both on my blog and on, if you go to my events, dazzledbystamping.com, and then click on events and you can find everything there. So the actual dates of the classes are the Stamp-A-Stack. This is always a fun one for me. I call it my mom's, dad's, grads, brides, and babies class. You're making 3 each of those 5 designs. And that one is going to be April 30. So I will need to get your packet of supplies out to you early that week. And then the Ornate Garden Suite class is May 5. So, but both of them, you need to place your order and RSVP by today, because I'm not really sure how the shipping is going to be from Stampin' Up, because it is a little bit slowed right now. Oh, I have stuff coming across my face. It is a little bit slow right now because Stampin' Up! Is taking precautions for their employees in the shipping department and the picking department. So it will take a little bit longer because they split them so that there is more space between shifts. They actually split it into 2 shifts. Less people on the floor at one time, so it just it takes a little longer. So today's the deadline for both of them, even though it seems far away. Today's it. Hi Stacy, I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so I'm doing masking and reverse masking today, and there's not really anything difficult about either of these, but there are specific things that you do to be able to mask. So masking would be if you, let's say you have a bunch of things and you want, like I remember doing it with the penguins back in the winter. Is it still winter? No, I think we hit spring. Still feels like winter sometimes. Back in like Christmas time winter, I did with the penguins, and the penguins had like their arms wide out, but I could mask them so they looked like they had their arms around each other, and it wasn't like their arms across the front of their bodies or whatever. So masking makes you be able to kind of do a collection of things without them being stamped on top of each other and over one another. So that's what masking is. And then reverse masking is kind of, I'll just have to show you. I don't know how to describe that one. So I'm going to put you down, and I always have to do my thing. I have to unbackward you and upside down you, and then I will put you down. Okay, so I was thinking about this stamp set recently, and I decided that for masking, I'm using Over the Moon. I haven't used it in a while. And when this first came out in the catalog, you probably recall, well, eventually when I decided I had to have it, I looked at this and thought, I don't know that I'll use that. And I've been having fun with it, just not in a while. I even made for one of my swaps, I made it a Valentine's card with big heart framelets, yeah, they're just cute. I like them. So I'm using Over the Moon. So the first thing that you need to do when you're masking, we actually need to stamp twice. So the first one, I'm going to take my cow here, and I need something darker. I'm going to put this here. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my cow. This is in Memento because I'm going to be coloring it. And I'm going to stamp my cow on here. Oh, I hate when I get this glare. I should have closed that more. Okay, so there's my cow. Now the other thing, so told you I needed to stamp it a second time, but I already did this part. Because not only do I need to stamp it a second time, but I need to fussy cut it. So I cut out my my cow all the way around it, right close to the edge. The closer to the edge that you can get, the better the masking looks, because it'll look more natural. Now, the thing that maybe you can tell, maybe you can't, the thing that you need to keep in mind with your mask itself is, first of all, it would have been much smarter if I had done it on a Post-it note. That's a perfect thing to do. And make sure that you stamp like up on the sticky part of the Post-it note. But I didn't think of that until I had most of it cut out, and I wasn't doing it again. I'm just gonna deal with it. So anyway, the important part of a mask is you want it to be as thin as possible, actually. Because the thicker it is, the farther away you get from the image. You have, like, there's this border that there ends up being between the original cow that you stamped and the next thing that you're going to stamp. So I don't have to stamp another cow, though I'm going to. I could stamp like a tree behind it, or, oh, I just remembered I stamped a great big pumpkin behind it. When I showed masking another time. At least I think it, did I have a pumpkin? I think I did. We're just gonna say I did. Anyway, what you need to have the mask of is whatever you want to put something that it looks like it's behind it. Okay, so I have this cow that I'm gonna make it look like there's another cow standing behind it. So I'm gonna ink my cow up again, and I may need to make it right the first time because I didn't put this with any kind of sticky, and I'm just taking a chance. I probably could use a temporary something, but I'm not going to. I'm just doing it like it is. Make sure I have it lined up right. And I'm gonna make a group of cows right here. So I'm stamping my next cow. Okay, so this is what it looks like before I pull my mask away. Sorry, I'm tipping it funny in the camera, but I'm trying to make sure that there's not a glare. Okay, so that's before I take the mask away. And now, look, I have my cows right next to each other. So see, that cow in the back didn't get stamped on top of the cow because it got stamped on top of this mask. All right, now I'm going to do it one more time. And so now I'm going to put the mask on the next cow. We're going to have a herd of cows here. Oops, I put my stamp straight down on my table. All right, so we're going to ink it up here again. Put it down carefully. I love these. I love them. They're too funny. So I got a herd of cows here. So when I was deciding what to do for this, I wanted to go against all social distancing suggestions. So this card is for the future, not for now. So now that I have my cows done here, I'm going to color them. So let me see. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have, or how many blends you guys have or whatever, but I have, let me show you them. Is this light or dark? Just a sec. This is dark smoky slate. Okay, so I wanted to show you. These look fairly close. These look like these could be dark gray and light gray, or dark smoky slate and light smoky slate. We also have gray granite, I think, somewhere. I'm not sure if I have those or not. But the black looks very much like the grays. This one is the black, and I have it marked with my washi tape. So it helps me grab black when I want it. So that's just a suggestion that you can do. So I'm going to color in, oh, the other thing I forgot. I hope I have the right one. Let me look. Nope, I don't have the right one, so I don't know where it went. That's annoying to me. I really need to clean up my stamping area. It would be helpful. So usually when I can find it, and I thought that I had found it, I use my light basic black, because then you can kind of see the lines left over from the hooves or from the hair or whatever. So because of that, I'm going to see how it looks with dark basic gray instead on the hooves. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. They're good enough, because I still want to see those on there. So so at least for the hooves, I'm doing all those basic gray, dark basic gray. Now I'm going to get quiet here because I'm coloring. Even though there's not much to color, it's still going to be... I can't tell what the feet are. I think that's feet. With this herd of cows, they're all kind of in the way. So we're going to have... We might be having extra feet here. I don't really know. Hooves, I guess, would be the correct term for this. All right. Just a sec. I'm going to get... I saw another spot here. The one that's the second one, you can't really see his spots well. So I'm going to make him a different color cow. So I got the little cowlick thing here that I'm coloring. And, oh, and the tail. I forgot the tail. The tip of the tail, anyway. Okay, so here's my cows so far. All I've done are the hooves and the spots and hair and tail of two of them. And I want to go with, this is actually the bronze Stampin' Blend for this second cow. My nieces and nephews, actually, their family have some brown cows, so I always think of them when I'm coloring brown cows. So clearly this isn't really part of the technique, other than, oh man, other than making sure you know which cow it is that you're coloring here. That's the other one. That's sort of difficult. Alright, so here's my brown cow. Alright, now I'm going to do the faces. This is dark petal pink. I thought it was light Flirty Flamingo, but it's not. So, we had a debate, or I debated with myself, I guess, whether this was supposed to be pink or brown, or I don't know, whatever, for on the face. And I'm just doing it the same. We're going with this on all faces. And I'm also doing it on the udders. That's a white leg. It's hard to tell which parts are which with these cows. Okay. So here's my herd of cows. Hopefully I have it colored. Oh, I see one spot that still needs to be bronze. So this is, two spots. So bronze is one of the colors that is intended for making your skin tone. There's bronze and there's ivory, so you can make it dark or light. I'm going to use the color lifter on here and see if this makes it look a little more real. Turn on the spots too. Then it will help it with look more like the light basic black that I want. Okay, so here's my cows. Now I'm gonna mount this on. This is Color Me Clover. Oh, another reminder, Make sure that you have scrap underneath, because whenever you use your Stampin' Blends, it goes through. So I'm using color Me Clover, which is, again, is one of the colors that is retiring in another month or two. Where are we at? April 15, 17 actually. So we're going to get the retiring list fairly soon. All right, so I always love checkered, gingham, whatever you want to call it. So I cut this differently. This is Crumb Cake, and I cut, I think, 1.5 inches off from the front here, and I'm actually going to put this on the inside of the card. So we're kind of designing the inside, even though in general I make naked insides. I don't completely design it all like some of my friends do. So so here's my card, and I was gonna put my words on here, but I'm not sure I want to squish my words on here. I think I'm just gonna is this right? Yep, I want a little bit more. Okay, so remember, whenever you have overhang on your card, you want to make sure that you're not putting too much adhesive on here. Oh, I remembered something. Oh, well, we're just gonna have to do it because there's adhesive on here now. All right, once I get done with this part, then I'll decide whether or not I want to, here it is, whether or not I want to, where I want to put my words. So I'm using, oops, I don't use this color very often, and it's about to retire anyway. The less you use them, the tighter they are, so they're harder to move. Okay, so in this set, there's little blades of grass, and I wanted to put this on here. So, so I have grass here that they're standing in, and then I'm going to use my blender pen and just spread that color just a little bit. I can never see that very well. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, now I gotta close this. It's so tight. I just wasn't all about this color. All right, do I want it here? Oh, I want it at the bottom. Okay, so the saying that I chose for this is dream big, because eventually we'll all be able to be together again, so this is our dream. So here's my first masking card. Okay, so I'm done with that. All right, so the next set that I'm using is Sweetly Swirled. I love this set. I love the swirlies here. I love the font. I love this big bold flower. I haven't really used these pieces so much, but I adore this flower. The sayings in here are, oh hey, I love that. Thank you, love you, you're really missed, and you've really outdone yourself. So it's just a fun set. And so I told you for this one I'm doing, just covered up my cushion. Need a cushion here for this one because this is a photopolymer set. So I am doing reverse masking. So as you can imagine by the words, reverse masking is just the opposite of masking. So first of all, I have my white piece here, and I'm going to use this this stamp right here. This is the This is kind of more of a circle swirl, and this is more of an oval. I love this one, but this one works better for what I'm trying to show you. So I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel. I've used that one more often. And I'm going to ink up my circle swirl here. I won't need this for a while, so I'm going to close it for now. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this on right in the center here of my piece of Whisper White. So I didn't mention, but I should, that whenever I have a big stamp like this, I usually leave my stamp flat and use my ink pad on it. It just helps you have more control rather than trying to hold this big, huge block. All right, so here is my stamp that I'm going to use for reverse masking. All right, so now, remember for masking you need a second stamped image, and you need to cut it out. Well, reverse masking, what I did was I stamped this on scrap and I cut out the center. So I'm going to line this up with my image here, and everything else is covered. So this time I'm stamping inside instead of stamping outside or off of it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you another example when I'm done of another way that you can do this. I just thought that this was a fun way to show this technique. So this is Poppy Parade. I decided to use all the colors that are in the See a Silhouette designer paper. That's kind of what inspired these colors. So this is Poppy Parade. So I'm using a Stampin' Sponge. We have, this is how I have all my sponges. This is our circle tab punch. So I can fold it in half, and I have it labeled Poppy Parade with Poppy Parade cardstock, and it's stapled on. This is just 1/6 of one of our sponges. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to make, I'm going to sponge inside here. Now, you can stamp, or you can sponge, or you can do whatever inside of your mask to do reverse masking. The idea isn't so much the stamping as it is the placement of it and the fact that everything else is covered. Okay, so that was Poppy Parade. Then Flirty Flamingo is next. And honestly, you can't really tell these two colors apart very well when you're sponging. They look very much alike. But when I finish it, you'll get the idea. And you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, so there is Flirty Flamingo. And then next or last is Crushed Curry. You can do this obviously as dark or as light as you want to. I just want to make sure that it's covered. So all that's getting this color is inside my mask here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that bold flower that I told you about, I'm going to ink that up in Crushed Curry, and I'm stamping again inside this this mask. Sorry, I can't show you the progress because I don't want to pick this up. So hopefully you can see it somewhat okay. All right, so I'm changing colors, and I forgot to mention the other day, Dot actually commented after I was doing it, and I was glad that she did. So I'm not inking up, I'm not totally cleaning my stamp. I could have my Simply Chamois out, but I didn't think of it. So I'm just cleaning this off, rubbing off any extra. So I'm going from lightest to darkest, and so it shouldn't be a problem for mixing colors. So I did my crushed curry and got it cleaned off, and now I'm doing Flirty Flamingo, and I'm stamping across Flirty Flamingo. Sorry, I usually try to show you as I go. Hopefully you can see a little bit. I don't think I can pull, sorry. I'm bending my thing here. It's probably going to cause a problem when I pull the camera back up, sorry. We'll work with it when we get there. All right. Now, so I cleaned this off a little bit. Now I'm doing Poppy Parade. There. Okay, so I'm all done with those colors. Now I'm going to reveal, I'm going to take my reverse mask off. So look, all my stamping is just inside that circle. Isn't that awesome? I love these bright colors. I love them so much. Okay, so now I'm going to finish with the rest of the design of the card. Oh, I better close up my other ink pads first. I'm done with those. Oh, I already pre-stamped something here. I'll show you in a second. I went with the smaller. See how this is the big circle? Here's a small circle. I used the small circle as a background with Flirty Flamingo, and so I did that. Okay, so I'm using the stamp Love You, and I'm stamping it right across my image that I just did. And this, where'd it go? So we're going to put this on Blueberry Bushel. So I just made these pieces square and barely bigger than the other. I didn't want too much Blueberry Bushel. All right, so here is my Flirty Flamingo that has, sorry, I'm bouncing my table, that has my background stamps on it. And I cut a little bit off this one too. I think I only cut 1.25 inches off this one. I don't remember. No dimensionals today, just being normal. Put this here. Okay, then I already stamped this. So this is one of the pieces from the See a Silhouette. And I really struggled with this because I was kind of trying to mimic this, but trying to make my own thing, and then it was being kind of clashing. So I had a hard time making this card come together. So hopefully you like it, because I struggled with it just seeming cohesive or something. I don't know. All right, so here we have it. So Love You, You're Really Missed. So this was another thing that I was thinking about. I probably could put ribbon on here, but I'm not gonna bother because I decided to use Blueberry Bushel instead of black, and what it made me think of using black glitter ribbon, but I just really don't want to do that. So that's it. So that was my reverse masking. Oh, I want to show you a piece. So this was my practice piece. I never did anything with it. I started with black. But this is another reverse masking that I did, same kind of thing. But when you do a reverse mask, you need to make sure that you have a big enough outside edge. So I knew that this was going to be a problem, but I just wanted to see what it looked like because I was still experimenting with it. So this was my mask. I just had this sitting on my table. And so I put this down, and so I did the sponging, And obviously I couldn't try to stay within this, but I got the idea of what I wanted it to look like. So I could have, with this here, I could have still stamped like a big word in black and have it within here, or I could have stamped something big here and had it gone out of the reverse image part. Whatever. Anyway, so this is a good example. Although I knew this was going to happen, I just wanted to show you so that you don't have it happen on mistake. You want to make sure that you're covering every surface outside of this part that you don't want to get more color on. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put you up on upside down and put you backwards. And here I am, and it's low, and I need to raise it. Sorry. Okay. I'm glad you like Blueberry Bushel. Thanks. It was fun. I like doing that sponging and whatever. Internal circle colors. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I like the camera closer to the project too, but it's but then I cause bouncing and problems when it comes back up. See, now I can't get it right where it needs to be. I guess that's okay. All right. So here's the card again. Kind of funky. All right, there's that one. And this one you definitely need to see because greens are always really hard. All right, so here's my, this way, no. Why does it look so bright that way? There, that's a better, you can get a good image there. All right, thanks, I'm glad that you like them. Okay, so I am done with my stamping. Thanks, I'm glad you love them both, Stacy. I'm done with my stamping. So if you do any kind of masking or reverse masking, share them with us. I always come live on my business page here. So it's a page, but I also have a group, Dazzled by Stamping Community, that when you post there, then everybody can see them that's in the group. So when you post on my page, unless you're commenting on something like I'm doing the video so you can comment and everybody can see, but if you just come and you post on my page, only I can see that or anybody that you tag. So do something with masking or reverse masking and share it with us. Show us on the Dazzled by Stamping community group. If you want to be part of that and you're not, you can ask to join. I've sent you guys, probably most of you, you need the How's It Going set now. It's getting a little expensive. You didn't need that already, Diane? I used it a lot back in the fall. Thank you, girls. I'm glad that you like it. Anyway, I've sent invitations to people. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. If you want to join it and want to share there, I would love that, and so would everybody else. So that would be great. Remember, if you have any questions about the free class next Wednesday where we're all stamping together, ask me now. It's a good timing to do it now. And then, especially what your, if you're unsure of your choices or whatever, ask me now, because that day isn't going to work. We're just going to be stamping and trying to keep up and trying to be slow enough so that it works for everybody, but you know. Okay, so I'm done. So it's Friday, and I know it doesn't feel a lot different with it being Friday now that everybody's home, but I still like a Friday. So have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me. Make sure that you share, and then you'll be entered into my drawing for Monday when I will be back again live with you. So I think I'll probably be doing, if I can be inspired enough, I'll be doing the Dot Ask for a Technique, the the mirror image one. So I'll probably be doing that. If you have other ideas, let me know those too. Have a great day. Bye.